Hi everyone, thank you for joining me. This is Connie. Welcome back to my channel. I am finally getting around to getting this card process done for you. My apologies, I've had a lot of personal things that I've been dealing with, so hopefully I will be able to get back to doing some videos. No guarantees on anything. I'm very sorry about that. But let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to take the pieces off that I've shared with you before, and we'll get started with the card base. It is called a square Joyfold card. There are a lot of videos on YouTube on how to process these, make these. I'm doing my size, which is 5.5 inch square. Okay, so I'm starting with my base, which is 11 by 5.5. I've done my scoring, it just makes it easier, it's faster for the video. But what you want to do is on your scoreboard, you want to score at from the left side, you want to score at 4.5. Also from the left side, you want to score at 2 3/4. This is only if you are using a 5.5 inch square base. If you are using a different size card base, such as 6 by 6, then you're going to take 12 by 6 inch piece, score at 6 inches, and score at 3 inches. Okay? But again, I'm just going to give you the measurements for the size I'm using. I've seen so many of these videos, I don't even know where to tell you to start. I mean, if you just want to get more ideas, more sizing dimensions and stuff, just on YouTube, search for square Joyfold card. Okay. My next piece for the base that's also needed is this second piece. I'm using the same color, and it is, before it's folded, it is 8.5 this way, so long, and 4 1/4 inches tall. Score it at 4 1/4. That's the only score you're going to do. And then I like to make sure, and I did this once, but sometimes it helps to really reinforce it. And so there, you just fold it in half. I need to get out the ATG on that I'm going to use on my layering pieces. I'm going to start with this one, which is the smallest one. I'm using 1/8 inch borders, so my white is 4 1/8 by 4 1/8, and this square is 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. You will need two of each piece, two white and two of whatever pattern piece you use. Okay. I apologize. If I pause temporarily, we have had torrential rains here, and I've gotten wet a few times, which is not very good for me. And then I get cold, coming into air conditioning, and hot when you go outside. So I have to be very careful I don't get too sick from all of this. So if I stop the video, it's because I'm coughing. I apologize. Okay, get this. I need a new paper trimmer blade. I just need to put one in. That's probably more like it. I've been using more ATG tape on the cards just to make it a little faster. Uh, Not always the case. I make sure I see which side is up and down because sometimes it's pattern paper. I have a struggle, but we'll get there. I hope everyone is doing well and uh, is safe and everything. We've had anywhere up to 10 inches of rain this past week, and we had severe flooding. Just to give you an idea, the town about 20 miles south of us, basically the whole town is flooded. I have friends that are losing their homes, so it's been pretty hard to take. It's But I was talking with one of my neighbor ladies, and as she commented, and how very true, it's a lot worse in other places, and we're thankful that it's not a lot worse here. So I just thought that was a very good way to look at it. Okay, so when you open this, this is actually going to open backwards. Okay, so you want it to open from the left side and put your, if you're doing this first layer, put that on the left side of this card or this little insert. I'll try to speed the video up a little bit when I process it. I know I'm about as slow as, I don't know, but it's just me. Okay, this one on top. If you wanted to put a sentiment on your card in here and you want to stamp it or something, you would not need this pattern piece. You would just stamp it on this white or inside first layer and put it on your card. Or you can put it over here. I just put a small sentiment on here. I'll just layer it and then might just write something here. So that's kind of how you want to do it. I don't always put a lot of sentiments in my card. I just sometimes will write a note or just stick a note in there. Okay, so then we have these pieces and this piece. And let's go ahead with this first top one. I'm not doing this inside piece of the base card. I don't do that part of it. You can. But these layers are 2 and 5/8 by 5 and 3/8 tall. So 2 and 5/8. 2 and 5/8 inch wide, 5 and 3/8 inch tall. And then this one is going to be 2.5 inches wide, 5 and 1/4 inches long. And again, that's only if you're doing the 2 layers. It's a matter of how you wish to mat the card. And I want to make sure I get this going the right direction the first time. I've been spending some time and I'm finally learning how to navigate with my electric wheelchair. Who would have ever thought those things would be, yeah, not the easiest to navigate. I live in a little bit older building, so that's part of it. It's not set up really for some of this stuff, so it takes a little bit longer to get used to. Okay, so this is the front of the card. It's going to open like this. You've got your 5.5 inch square here. That's what we're going to work on next. I have my white piece, which is 5 and 3/8 inch square. And I'll just go ahead and put that on first, which is not how I did the other one, but not a problem. Ah, this is why I don't like ATG tape. I'm not good at getting things squared up the way I want very well. But I've also learned not to uh, stick it down tight either until I get it where I want it. And part of it is I'm not the greatest at cutting straight, so that makes a difference. Oh shoot, I have the worst time trying to remember to put the glue lid on. I'm just trying to make sure my glue's gonna start, so I can just put a little bit on this corner here. Just stick it down where there's no tape, rather than try to pull it on again. Okay. I am forever doing that. It's terrible. I'm gonna try to. I just don't like this little gap in here. Just goodness. Okay, let's try one more time to get this squared up as best as possible. I've not forgotten about my giveaway if you happen to watch my last video. I hope to get that done. Oh, come on. Soon. I have a couple of appointments this week, and so hopefully once I get past those, I can get good grief. Guess County, don't try to pull up the ATG tape. I will try to get the video done this week. Um, like I said, I just been dealing with a lot, so. And this, folks, is why I keep going back to glue, liquid glue, because I just have better luck with it. Okay, and then we have this piece. I am going to use my T ruler best I can here. Let me junk out of the way. I'll show you how this is going to work in a moment. So again, it's going to open from the left. Okay, this is the left. It's going to open like this. Got this card closing like this. I'm going to move this up a little bit. Okay, this is going to stick under here. Okay, and how it'll work is it'll just go like this. I try to center this in the middle of this. So I've got, let's see, I want to say about 3, 1, 2, 3/4. Yeah, somewhere in there. And about 3/4. I'm going to go with this. Okay. I'm using liquid glue for this. I'm not fighting with ATG tape on this one, but I gotta make sure I get it right side up and everything. So I'm just putting some glue on here. Use whatever adhesive you want, obviously. That's just what I'm going to use. Okay, again, you want it to open from the left, okay? Kind of backwards. 21, 7, let's see, that's 14, be 7. I should have measured where. I'm just eyeballing this, be honest with you, as far as the middle. And I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to fiddle with it anymore. It's pretty good. Sorry for the camera mush or bumping. The tablet's not very sturdy. Okay, so then when you close this piece, this is going to fold over like this. That's your card. I'm going to quick decorate this so you can see what it looks like, with the exception of one thing I forgot to do, but I'll show you how I'm doing it. Anyway, I forgot to put, what do you call it? Craft foam on the back of my little bear. I want him popped up, but I'll give you an idea of what it's going to look like. Okay, here is the one thing I want to share with you. When you're putting this, whatever you have on here, try not to have it go over the side of this top layer, because if you do, I'm just going to get this out of the way in a minute. Like say you have it here, it's not going to open. Okay, so you want to keep it in mind that you want whatever's here to be not overlapping the edge. Just a little hint. Oh, good grief. I don't know how I can lose things so incredibly easy. I'm just putting glue here on bits of this. I don't glue the whole thing down because it's so incredibly dimensional. This is I'm not sure what it's called. I don't know if I shared it with you, but it's a leaf and dye. Excuse me, it's a leaf, dye, mold, and stamp set from Heartfelt Creations. And it's got this, it's got another leafy set. It's got this set of leaves and it's got the two-piece leaves. I don't know what happened to the one leaf there. It got kind of funky looking, but anyway, I don't believe you're going to have a very easy time finding it if you don't have it, um, unless you find it on eBay maybe. I've not heard of people having good luck finding it, so. Okay, so now, this is part of the reason I want to pop my bear up is because of the dimension on my leaves, but that would go here, and putting this set of leaves down here. Now, I did share with you how I created the flowers and the bear paper piece previously. I think those are my last two videos. So if you have any questions on those, go ahead and share and check those out. I'm going to leave my bear on here for placing for my flowers. And I've got these two flowers I'm using. I put a good share of glue on my flowers so they stick. I'll be putting bows on here too in just a moment or two. And then this flower. This is not a card that I'm going to mail just because it'll cost me, oh, upwards of $5 or more to mail it. So I just don't mail a lot of my cards when they're this dimensional, unless I put them in a box with the package, if I'm sending something out, which could be something that I'm sending out. I don't know. I have something to send out. Who knows if it'll go out with this or not, or that'll. But I don't. Yeah, I don't usually. I just hand deliver them, or um, like I said, put them in the box. Okay, shut up and get busy. Now, and this is part of the reason I wanted my bear on there, so I knew where I could put my flowers. Oops, glue. Ugh. So I knew where I could put them and not have a mess all over. Let's see what I can do here. Trying to keep this green off the flower or the paper there. I think we're gonna go about here. And then yeah, once I pop it up, it'll work really well. I'm going to go back and say that this is barely art glue, and I'm just going to go on a limb and say I'm not the biggest fan of it. I still like my art glitter glue better and the reptile adhesive I had, only because it dries so much faster. I am not used to it taking this long to dry. So I know you guys probably like barely art glue, and that's great. It's a good adhesive. I mean, once it sticks really well. I just don't like that it takes so long to dry. So just otherwise, I got no problems with it. That's my only problem. I didn't bring any small flowers in to add here, so just gonna go with this. And then I have these little bows that I made with my bow at all, and it's just out of crochet thread. I knew it was something I would forget, and I'm just gonna stick those on. See, for example, this and the glue I shouldn't say it could very well be the humidity right now. You get that much rain, everything is just wet. It's just nasty. But we have roads closed. One of the roads that's going to be closed for several days is a main, well, it's a main thoroughfare to get like food deliveries, anything in. I mean, it's for truck delivery. People are having to go 50 plus 100 miles out of their way to get to anywhere. So getting supplies for a week or so might be interesting too. But we'll live. We'll deal with it. Okay, now, once you have the bear on, Okay, put that, just like I said, pop it up. I'm going to, oh goodness, I can't believe I can lose more stuff. Here, I'm going to put some little dots here, and I am using pops of color. It's pearl and it's bubblegum. If you can see that good. Excuse me. It's just a little bit darker color, but because of the pearly color, I'll show you in a moment. I just want to get them started. This is the color it is. It's very pretty. I don't know if you can see there the pearl effect then. Um, just, it's different from this, base or these pinks, but I just, like I said, I just do things a little different. I was going to use white liquid pearls. I can't get these straight ever, good grief. Not taking them off. And I just decided I want some more pink on here, even though the yellows on the flowers and on the flower, I don't know if I told you guys, I didn't like the white, so I changed the flower center to yellow. Anyway, there is my flower. If you want to put a sentiment on, you could put a small sentiment here. Like I said, I don't always put sentiments on my cards, so that it is finished. I will be back hopefully soon with some more projects and things to share with you. Otherwise, thank you all. Have a great day. Take care.